What's up, everybody? This is Captain Coinigy, and this is the first video in a series called Flash Fundamentals, where we'll be quickly going over new, popular, or underrated projects in a short period of time. So with that said, let's jump right in. The first one we'll be looking at is Odyssey Protocol. So, what is their main goal? Odyssey's main goal is to build a decentralized sharing economy. And so what is a sharing economy? Think of companies right now like Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, Relay Rides, or TaskRabbit, where you're sharing either your time, your car, your house, or there's other companies with other things. So what's wrong with what exists? Well, right now, the review system can be manipulated. Think of an Uber driver who has his rating manipulated higher than it should be. You could be put in a life or death situation. Second of all, the centralized platforms are essentially monopolies that can charge unfair fees. People who are lending out their car are making way less money than they should be. People who are renting their apartment out on Airbnb are making way less money than they should be. Third of all, there's no real incentive to provide ratings and reviews. After you take your ride in an Uber or Lyft, there's no real incentive for you to give the driver a rating unless it was an extremely good ride or an extremely poor ride, which skews the results. Fourth of all, each different industry is segmented with its own central node, its own rules and mechanisms, and its own user information and transaction information. In truth, a sharing economy should not be separated at all. Everything should be shared. And finally, all of these central nodes often sell users' private data to third parties, compromising all of their users' privacy. So what is the value proposition for OCN protocol? Well, OCN is creating a network where everything can be shared and connected. Everyone has full ownership of their data. Everyone who contributes will receive proportional incentives. There's no monopoly or bias towards certain groups, and the entire system is autonomous. So how does it work? Well, OCN has 6 layers. The first layer is the service providers, these people who are lending out their things or time. The second layer is kind of packaged with the third layer are the reviewers and consumers, people who are consuming the product that the providers are providing and then reviewing it, and they're rewarded with these O coins. Fourth of all are the community operators. These people are selected based on their overall contribution to the ecosystem they're participating in and are essentially in charge of making sure that nothing harmful is happening within that particular ecosystem, and they're rewarded proportionally by how much work they do by O coins. Fifth, you have the developers. OCN is an entirely open source project, and so developers who help will be rewarded with the O coins. And then finally, we have the miners. These are processing the transactions over the network and are rewarded through the transaction fees. So what else do they do? They have a couple other cool and complex things. I won't go into detail. If you're very interested, you can look at them yourself, but they're using an IPFS protocol, which is very good for the security of the project, and they have a very interesting and unique credit rating system for their incentive system. So let's look at the tokenomics. Right now, it's sitting at a $76 million market cap with a massive $45 million daily volume, indicating there's definitely a lot of interest in this project. With only a $76 million market cap, there's clearly a lot of room to go, with some of the larger projects being over $1 billion. So one thing that might concern people at first glance is the 10 billion total supply with only 2 billion circulating. But the way the network works, those remaining coins are slowly released into circulation over a total period of 150 years. So the inflation doesn't actually end up being an issue. So the roadmap, it's mostly separated into 3 different parts that can be summed up by the first part is proof that it works. The second part is scaling the ecosystem. And then finally, the third part from over 2019 to 2021 is using AI and big data to increase the effectiveness of the ecosystem. So who do they have and who are they working with? Well, first of all, they have a partnership with O-Bike. This is a very small bike sharing company, but what's important is that it proves that the platform is working. And then secondly, they have Tron, or Tronix. This is a massive cryptocurrency project focusing on entertainment. While it's a very controversial project, there's absolutely no doubt that the CEO of the project, Justin Sun, is extremely good at marketing. And if OCN can capitalize off of that at all, it will be very good for the project. Their team, I'm not going to go into detail about each of the individual team members. However, they're all extremely qualified, and if anyone is capable to pull off this project, it is them. So overall, I give this project a 9 out of 10, very strong short term. I'm looking for a target of maybe 1,100 or 1,200 Satoshis, and long term, this is also a great investment. Just because of how much they're working on doing, and if they can really pull this off, and have all these ecosystems thriving on top of their platform, it will be very good for the token price. So that is all for the first Flash fundamentals. I hope you guys liked it. Please like and subscribe this video for more content in the future, and I will see you guys next time.